right, guys, good morning. So far we have excellent internet connection. We'll get started here in like another 5 minutes. I'll just see if we can snag a little bit of a pre-market trade here. Just gave back profits on CBLI, a little bit annoying. But at the same time, seeing good setups here. I wouldn't be surprised if it did another rip. Right now it's holding this area, just kind of watching it. Definitely the lead gapper on the day at the moment. A little bit bigger support, closer to 4. New minutes about to start here. It's going to be interesting. See, the pullbacks are tough on this one. Really, really tough. A lot of sellers there. Wow, yeah, just a big flush. Again, the internet, I really don't know what's going on here. Just constantly having problems the last pretty much 3 streaming sessions, a little bit annoying. Yeah, AIHS is on our watch list as well. You can see it right here popping up. APTX, guys, is selling off so much right now. Could be a good little dip buy coming up on AIHS. I'm watching it. Could do starter size around 79. $87, $86 possible entry. It's got a small fill on APTX. Another small position there. APTX is one of our lead gappers. Broke $6. I've been watching it ever since the break. Been seeing a little bit more spikes of volume on this one, so felt like could be in a key bounce zone territory, about 27% from pre-market highs. That was a huge sell-off on this one for sure. Yeah, still selling off a little bit, so probably jumped on a little bit early. I actually wanted that original entry at 79. Would have been maybe we'll do one more fill in that area, I'm not sure. We'll get started with the stream in just a little bit. In the meantime, we can kind of review APTX. This was one of our lead gappers here, kind of sold off quite a bit though. Looking for a quick move back to around $6 or so. Probably jumped in a little bit too soon, but I missed that bottom that I was looking for, and then It looked like it was possibly trying to reverse. So, you know, it's a backside move, dip buy. You got to be a little bit careful with these for sure. APTX, APTX or something, APTX. I don't know how to pronounce their name. USA biotech company, 39 million float, 175 million market cap. So definitely in the area we're looking for. They had statistically significant data from a phase 2 study for a PTSD disorder. So that I like that catalyst a lot. You can kind of see the buyers a little bit on the order book here. But yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee this thing's going to bounce. That's why, you know, on the backside of the move, you have to be very, very careful. So I'm just kind of watching this one, and yeah, we'll see what happens at the moment. Bounce is weak though here. So far on the day, I'm up around, I don't know, close to $200 on the day so far. Giving back maybe a little bit of profits right now, and then we have, you know, 2 swing trades that are down a little bit as or a little bit mixed here. I guess with that being down. So here we're about to have another fill on APTX. Just had one more fill. Brought our average down to 5,848. So it was a rough pre-market for me. I am green pre-market, but at the same time, we'll talk about CBLI in a little bit. But this one, man, I was down like 200, I was up 200, I was up 300, and now I'm back to like at 150. It was a tricky one for me to trade. All the pullbacks were just stronger than I wanted them to be. Yeah, it was just, I felt like I was somehow always on the wrong side of that ticker. So bit of a weird situation. Still watching this one? No, I'm not an AMC, Jacob. Fight for Freedom. We're usually trading, our average position size right now is about $3.5 thousand for October. Any break above the EMA, I'd probably take some profits. All right, I'll close this one out. I could have probably held it a little bit longer. I wanted to take some profits on that bounce at EMA. It was a little bit unfortunate because I got into early with APTX, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So I think I'm still red with this ticker. I don't even see it right here. Do you guys see APT? Oh, there it is. So okay, that's why I'm up literally $2 on this one. So that last trade, I basically made back my losses pre-market on APTX. It was a very, very small trade, but yeah, I'd rather be $2 in the green. Yeah. Every trade you see P&L open, that's a swing trade. So you can pretty much discount that. So pretty much we're looking right here at CBLI and APTX are the ones we were trading pre-market. DKNG actually was supposed to be a swing trade. And then I closed it out just because I didn't really like the resistance on this one. So I was like, okay, there's a good chance that DKNG might pull back from here. There's huge resistance around 43.50. So this was a swing trade that I entered. When it pulled back, I just closed this one, took like a $40 profit. I didn't really want to hang around it. And I thought, okay, well, maybe this thing's, maybe it is going to bounce, but ultimately I would rather buy maybe a red move, red to green move, and then, take that first one, a little bit of a profit there. I know it's only 36 bucks, but to me, it felt like a better way to manage my risk today a little bit. Whew, quite the pre-market. I gotta say, I'm a little bit frustrated with CBLI. Let's talk about this one, our lead gapper here. I pretty much just constantly am giving back profits on this one. Look how many trades I've done on this one. I've rarely traded this much pre-market. I shouldn't be so upset because, we are green on it. But it's just, yesterday, I think we did like, 3 trades pre-market and we were up like 500 bucks today. I think I'm over 20 trades pre-market and I'm just, just hanging in there. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. So overall, let's zoom this in just a smidget here so you guys can see what's going on. So CBLI, US Biotech right here, they got a definitive merger agreement, but this merger is not going to close till the first quarter of 2021. So, you know, and it's going to be a stock merger. So they're going to purchase stock, which is clearly driving up the stock price. Obviously, right? Because this company pretty much said they're going to buy CBLI stock in the future. So that's a pretty strong catalyst. The issue is that, you know, this one oftentimes spikes and then, you know, sells off again, spikes, sells off again. So I'm a little bit nervous that, you know, around these $4 zones, I want to really see these areas kind of hold and then kind of continue. Right now, possibly is going to be support now. You can see we've had a fake out here. We had a retest here. So this could be the big breakout. This could be the breakout we've all been waiting for. I think CBLI has the potential to rip. It just, every time it, you know, does one of these pullbacks, it's just a little bit unorthodox. And then it rips up extra hard and then it pulls back extra hard and just, I keep shaking out of it, which is a little bit stressful. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, look at this flush down here. This was insane. We luckily avoided this flush and I actually ended up dip buying this one. It's a little bit trickier for sure. So that 6 million float kind of allows it to have a bit more spikeability, which is really, really nice. Okay, so we know that $4 right here is that big support and resistance zone. That's kind of the key area to be watching. And let's actually go back to a weekly chart to always get a better perspective. You can see this one's been on a pretty steady downtrend. They even had a reverse split here to get their stock price probably back above $1. So, you know, overall, this thing is really, really discounted here, is biotech. If maybe you think it's a good investment, like this other company clearly does. So yeah, right now, you know, breaking past these fours is going to be kind of a big trend reversal for this ticker, especially around 5 is another kind of key zone. We'll keep an eye out for 5 and then 5.5. So yeah, keep an eye out for those areas. It's going to be a pretty interesting ticker, I think, CBLI to watch today. And welcome to anyone that's new here. If you guys are curious, Stefan's asking a question: how do you trade pre-market? You just have to have a broker. I can't even speak right now that allows pre-market trading, obviously. So Webull, TD Ameritrade. I don't think Robinhood. I think Robinhood actually does, like you guys were talking about, something at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But first, you just find a broker that offers it, and then you just make sure you have good till or extended hours selected. So time of force, extended hours. It's very similar on almost all brokers. Sometimes the syntax is a little bit different, but extended hours, pre-market, after hours is, you know. If you want to learn more about what we do here every single day, guys, don't forget to check out the Foundation video series, Day Trading Stocks. It's only 1 to 2 hours long. Been getting some really, really good feedback on it, so super stoked that you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, you can find this whole link right here, right below the video, first link in the video description below, /connect, and you can get up to speed with everything we do. Also, the Discord link, guys, is right in that area. So join the Discord. We have day trading, swing trading communities, hardware communities. We talk about laptops and a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, and you know what I forgot to do actually this morning? I forgot to do a little bit of housekeeping here for everyone that is not watching the video. Get a little timestamp going on here. So what is today? Today is October 20th. It's a Tuesday, and it's 9:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got pretty much another 5 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up trading like always at around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, guys, always having a good idea what the overall market's doing. SPY is kind of chilling in these zones here. You know, gave back a little bit yesterday. Actually, quite a big little dip there. I wasn't any more online at that point. This thing sold off a little bit stronger than I remember, or than I thought it would. But now it's kind of holding this area. We have a lot of resistance right around here at 344. I'm not really sure if we're going to break back above it. I could kind of see this going a little bit lower. 340 is a little bit bigger support. This means SPY is kind of approaching, you know, short-term bigger support zones, which means if we have another dip, might be a really good buying opportunity for some swing trades for your mid caps, for your large caps. So keep an eye out for that. I know we might be entering a little bit more. Right now, we're pretty decently allocated with our swing trades, but we still have room to allocate. So Exciting stuff there for sure. Yeah, we could talk about ACOR as well. Do you own HYLN? Yeah, we have a bit of HYLN. AMC back down to 3. Poof, AMC. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade that anytime soon again. Let me quickly throw in the disclaimer here. And we could go through some of the other tickers as well in the meantime. And actually, let me quickly check some settings here. Gotta make sure the right microphone is being used. Okay, yeah. Anyway, guys, good morning. Hope everyone's feeling good. So that was a little hectic start here. I was like, CBLI, come on, what are you doing to me? I was constantly, God, that was such a choppy one this morning. But yeah. So if I held APTX, we would be up almost 3% on that one. Would have been a good one to hold probably. After that big sell. I think APTX, guys, has huge spikeability potential right into the open. So I'm going to keep an eye on APTX, mainly because it already sold off so much. We have huge support around 5.5. We already pulled back to that area. So I would probably consider a red to green move on APTX around 5.6 or so. So that's what I'm going to be thinking here. It's kind of hard to say how high this is going to go. You know, there's not a lot of big upside resistance here. Once we're above 6, we already had $8 pre-market, so we'll see where it can go. We had a gap down area starting around 15, kind of crazy. KX Iron past 12 bucks. KX Iron, for those guys who weren't here yesterday, this was yesterday's lead gapper. It is kind of holding a little bit here. Really sold off. Yeah, it's crazy. Hit a high of 13.4. That's insane. ACOR is another lead gapper that we were looking at. This one, long-term chart's really rough, but it is up 75% pre-market. I'm usually not the biggest fan of stickers below $2. But, you know, I do trade them. You know, it's not that I totally write them off, but it's just not my favorite thing to trade. US Biotech, 47 million float. They got a milestone payment. I wouldn't say anything too revolutionary, but you know, it's okay. Another minute here. Actually, I'll be right back. Don't forget, guys, always remember to have your time of force and everything set up right. Good till cancel. Here we're going to change that today. Make sure you're looking at the tickers you want to be looking at. APTX, like I said before, right around 550 could be an interesting spot to buy it. Maybe even 575. That'd be about a 4 or 5% pullback from where it is now. And then ACOR, another ticker worth looking at. I'm gonna watch CBLI out of the gate and then kind of go from there. Good luck, everyone. We got another 13 minutes here, or 13 seconds, 10 seconds here before the market opens. Good luck, guys. Strong moves here on CBLI. This is definitely the lead gapper, guys. Keep an eye on it. That was a big move so far. APTX and CBLI are both spiking higher. Very strong moves here. Oof, big flush there. Kind of no surprise in a way. Wow, big sell-off there, 88. Possible entry there at 389. It's big sell-off. 7%. Gotta watch out this ticker, you know, 15% dip there. It's no joke. Back above VWAP here for a second. We have definitely a bigger support right here around 377. That's why I placed the limit order. APTX bouncing at the 70 as well. Removing limit order for now. Keeping an eye on open. Nice bounce there. I don't mind not trading if I don't have any more trades on the day. I'm totally fine with that. It's so far it was a little bit slippery here, so I'd rather take an extra time, wait for those good clean setups. Just take things one step at a time here. CBLI, definitely the lead gapper on the day here, already up $110 million volume. That's really, really good volume right there. APTX is the second lead gapper, keeping a close eye on that one. CBLI, I know for me, has been a tricky one to trade pre-market. That's why I'm a little bit extra careful on it right now. Could easily break above VWAP, but it could easily flush again, so. APTX spiking down just a bit. I wonder if it's going to break 575. That's the big question, I feel like. DKNG pulling up a bit. KXIN halted up. Woo! Intense. Yeah, AIHS. For sure, interesting to look at. I think 1.5 is bigger support. That's probably the area I'd be looking at. I don't feel like it's the #1 lead gapper that I really want to be focused on here. Having big resistance around 2, that'd be the big kind of area I'd be really, really nervous about. But yeah, 1.5, 1.4 could be interesting bounce zones on this one. That's what I'd be looking for. Might have a VWAP retest. I mean, this one has a lot of volume as well, but I just don't think it's the #1 lead gapper. So sometimes I just don't focus on those. CBLI is still selling off here. Wouldn't be surprised if it did another dip, but it could also break right back above 9 EMA. Anything's possible. APTX trying so hard. Looks like it's green on the day. It's a good sign. Might do a dip trade on APTX. Really curious to see where some support kind of starts holding up on this one. Yeah, Aaron, I feel you there, man. I definitely feel you on that one. When I was up over 200 pre-market, I was like, should I just walk away in terms of, kind of being done, but APTX, I think we could find good setups. We just got to be patient. You just got to be patient. Practice your discipline. Always know why you're trading it. What's your setup? What's your reason behind it? APTX, nice move higher here. APTX is looking kind of strong. I like what I'm seeing. Was thinking about buying that pullback to the 9 EMA, but we're below VWAP, so I usually don't buy pullbacks to the 9 EMA when we're below VWAP. Boom! Big move higher there. Nice to see that action. That was an 8% candle on APTX. A-core halted. Hoo-wee. Nice, nice, nice. 22%. Congrats to anyone that's riding that. That was a nice move on A-core. That 47 million float, surprising that it's, you know, ripped so hard, but I guess in that price category, those can still move a bit faster. Bit of a pullback here on CBLI. A-core second candle selling off here, possibly breaking the low of 77. CBLI does have a nice fast rate of change. That's definitely one of the big things going for it right now. Look at Logitech popping up here. Nice little move to the upside, breaking 82. Solid move on Logitech. APTX. Nice move there. A-core, solid. So A-core is going to open up again at 40 and 30 seconds. So keep an eye on for that open. Should be quite interesting. UXI, another lead gapper, but I wasn't really stoked about this one. Chinese 193 million float, not seeing a catalyst. I don't know, recently raised some funds. I was just thinking APTX around 608 would be a great dip buy. It literally just went there. The 9 EMA was there. That's why. I don't know. Is there any news on HYLN? Kramer said a few days ago that he wouldn't buy till it was near 20 bucks. So maybe people are just kind of trading around that statement a little bit. APTX, solid stuff. I mean, it's trying. Ugh. Nice, APTX. You know, that would have been a good entry. Would have been up 30 cents a share almost at this point. Ugh. So far, no trades for me since the open. This has been a pretty strong sell-off with CBLI. Oh yeah, A-Core, good reminder there. A-Core got unhalted, pulled up right away, and selling off right now. Could be a great entry, closer to that 9 EMA. Let's see if it breaks that 1.5 high. Whew, 5.3. Boom! Wow, big congrats to anyone long A-Core at the moment. Absolute ripper there. Really, really solid. Nice. In at 115, that's a beautiful trade, man. James. Although A-Core is not really the lead gapper on the day, I think it's definitely worth watching, especially, you know, anytime a stock gets halted, there's going to be new traders looking at it. Their halt scanners are going to be going off. So A-Core, yeah, solid move there. I'm not the biggest fan of trading halts. It's not really my style, but if you guys feel it, it fits your risk tolerance, then you know what to do. CBLI is really, really selling off here. If I was going to trade this one, it'd be a backside dip trade. So not, you know, looking for a home run trade on this one or anything like that. Always sells off so strong. The sell volume is kind of light here though. New minute's about to start. Nice little pop there, 3%. I was thinking about buying this one. My goal is to buy it in the 60s. Oh yeah, halted on the way down. Yeah, not a fun place to be. I was never too stoked about the catalyst on A-Core, but you know, sometimes tickers out with no catalyst are the ones that are running the hardest. So don't want to be overly biased on a specific catalyst, but A-Core was never really one I wanted to watch so much. So I was kind of surprised that one was getting halted. Darren says, and that's why you don't FOMO. So far, no trades for me at the open. So it's pretty much a totally different open from what we had yesterday. Yesterday, I was trying to get a little bit more aggressive at the open. This one, you know, I knew that I didn't have a good read on CBLI. I knew that, you know, it constantly sells off very strong. It also rips to the upside very strong. So it's a little bit more tricky to get a good, solid entry on it, I felt like, without chasing in either direction. I think maybe closer to 10 o'clock, maybe I'll be a bit more in the groove with something, see something a little bit cleaner and better setup, maybe look for a good 5-minute setup and then kind of go from there. Yeah, nice, James. Sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger. WWR uptrending. Oh god. I'm actually keeping a pretty close eye on APTX. I think maybe it could be a possible trade closer to 10 o'clock. We'll see what happens the next 15 minutes there. Maybe it's going to start giving us a nicer setup at one point. So far, it's only sold off from the open around 4%. That's actually quite a bullish sign. And it's only pulled back from pre-market highs around 27%, I think. Let me quickly check this again. Yeah, 29, so under 30%. So that's really, really good. We'll see how it kind of holds up in this area. I don't really want to be breaking too much below 570, for example. If we start making a higher low on APTX, then that's going to be a good bullish sign. So maybe we're going to have a move towards VWAP at one point. Interesting observation, Jonathan. Acor's going to open up here in about 30 seconds. So I'm going to watch it on the open. Gaps down, finds support at 1.3. This could rip back up higher, but I'm not going to jump on this one. Too risky. Could easily keep pulling back. Not my kind of ticker. On the 5-minute, we have 9 EMA support right here. Spread on this one's no fun. CBLI. Very slow. Calm and collected, guys. Calm and collected. No, for Benny Bear, usually it's a 5-minute halt. Sometimes it's a 10-minute halt. So just kind of adding it from the last trade. Oof, APTX just broke that 7 we were talking about before. It's key zone into the 50s. Possible entry here. Watching APTX. Just had a trade on APTX. Small entry around 57. Looking for a move above 65. Had one more fill there. Anything above 61 would be a possible place to take some profits if that happens. Bounce was a little bit weaker than I was hoping for. Close at 62. Very, very quick trade, APTX. Could easily see the 9 EMA. I was going to risk it. Weird. This is exactly the zone I was talking about since pre-market, 50, around 550. That's why we always say you want to have a plan and then you want to trade that plan, right? Yeah, I mean, this could easily keep going here, but I was happy to take profits. Nice. Nice move there to the 70s. Good to see that. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So sometimes I like to kind of make sure, watch it afterwards, think about, you know, what I could have done, what I should have done maybe, and then see if I can learn something. Cool. Let's go back to CBLI. CBLI, the volume on this one has really fallen off a cliff here, so just keep that in mind. Whew! It's a tricky, tricky day today, guys. Very, very tricky. APTX has a little bit, the volume's going down on it, but it feels like there's more activity on this one somehow at the moment. The spreads on it is no joke. Nothing likes VWAP today, I see. Everything's staying far away from it. I'm wondering if APTX could give us another trade here. I'm not totally sure where I would trade it. You know, that was a big pullback. You know, we'll see. You know, if this area holds, we had a lot of lows in this area around 550. This is a kind of really key support zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a bit of a bounce here. So I'm going to keep watching this area for now and kind of go from there. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to wait for maybe a small crack of 5.5, but we'll see if there's some sort of setup here. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you are enjoying the content, if you're learning something new, and hey, if you're enjoying the community, because even on a day like this where the market's a little bit more tricky to trade, yeah, it's just kind of good fun to see what everyone's up to. Morning, Bren. Yeah, overall market is, you know, it's green, it's trying. It's definitely trying. Morning, Constantine. Yeah, Beat Street. I appreciate it, but man, we all make mistakes. But the more you trade, the more you get used to it, the more you kind of understand your emotions. Sometimes I make trades based on how I know I'm going to feel if I take the trade or I don't take the trade. It's very weird. It's like if I take this trade, which is only like maybe a 60-70% good setup, and it breaks out, I'm going to have FOMO because I didn't take it. So I'd rather take the risk of having a loss than having the feeling of FOMO later. It's like really weird sometimes. Or if I take a trade on a bad setup, I know even if there's a winner, I'm not going to feel good about the winner because I broke my rules. So yeah, I'm always thinking, how is this trade going to make me feel? Which is kind of a weird thought, but because you're supposed to take the emotions out of trading, but it's more of like being conscious of your emotions, I would probably say. I don't know. No stimulus until after the inauguration. Yeah, most likely right. I felt like 2 months ago that stimulus was just gonna pop out of nowhere because they made it so hot on the first announcement. You know, it's gonna come right away again. It's gonna be faster and blah blah blah. And then it was just like, nah. Yeah, Harley Brown, exactly, exactly. Breaking your rules is just it's a slippery slope. Sometimes you get rewarded for it, but there's rules for a reason, right? I remember like a few weeks ago, I wrapped up trading. I was like, I'm done with trading after 10:30, yada yada. I do a trade at like 11, I don't know, maybe noon or something like that. Boom, lose 300 bucks. I'm like, oh, that's why. Actually, that was more than a few weeks. That was before Portugal. So that was like maybe June or July or maybe August. I don't know. It was a while ago, but it was a good reminder. Super not stoked about a lot of tickers we're seeing here, but who knows? Any moment something could turn around. It's only 9:57, guys. We got plenty of time here. Nothing to rush, I would say. APTX broke that key 5.5 zone. That 550, right? But sell volume's not super strong under it, so could be a good buy opportunity. Do I think the stimulus deal is really the main force affecting the market? I don't know, probably not. But then again, there's so many variables that I don't really think about stuff like that affecting the overall market. I think the market just does a little bit of what it wants to be honest. And a lot of those things are either priced in or not. So it's, if people know it's coming, I don't know. That's more or less the important part. Beat Street, definitely check out the foundation video series, and then there's a link to the PDF right below that link on the Connect page. And I think my rules are in that PDF. If not, I gotta update it, but my rules are definitely in the foundation video series. CBLI looks like it's going to break VWAP at one point. It kind of really looks like it's trying here. Boom. Okay, there it goes. Boom. Okay, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just going to start making sound effects. Oh, such a nasty attempt to break here. Let's see if it's going to do one more try. Buying this pullback here could be a good setup. You are risking a possible flush. The reason I wouldn't buy this setup here is because the last time we were trying to break a new high, we flushed to the downside. And to me, I feel like a lot of people are looking at this shoulder and possibly this one over here, and they're like, ooh, that was two big flushes. They're also probably looking at the volume here, a lot of big volume on the sell. Those are all big sell indicators. Those are all very bearish indicators. All things that make me not want to buy this possible breakout. Now, this could still break out here. Maybe it will. Maybe it's going to go to like 425 and then it's going to flush. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous. Maybe it's not going to flush at all, but that's like what I'm thinking, right? And if I'm thinking it because of the previous action, I'm sure other people are thinking it. So that's what's making CBLI a little bit shaky in these areas. Let's see what happens. It is holding. It's holding. Volume is increasing, although it is red. So, I mean, it has that opportunity. 390, 389. Whoop, here we go. Let's see it. Nice. Boom, just like that. I would have took profits on that break. I think I'm way too chicken to hold for a possible secondary candle. Let's see what happens. Yep, 412. Yep, I would have sold too soon, but this whole overall trade was not really for me anyway. Let's keep watching it. It's good fun to watch this one. Even if you don't trade, you know, you can always learn something. 414, 415, 415. Yeah, I mean, there's buyers coming back. They're coming back a little bit. Could be a good snag here even. 403. Ooh, Lord. 412. Fed implementing new rules on borrowing between the banks yesterday. Looks like I got some news to catch up on. Very shaky breakout here on CBLI. This is a very, very shaky move. APTX trying again, finding some support around 5.5. I think this ticker is kind of worth watching. It had a lot of buyers pop it right back above 5.5. CBLI could be a really, really good pullback, kind of buy in the $4 zone, looking for a break above 425. You are risking a possible flush, but I think selling on the first breakout might be worth it. Here we go, 420, 420. Kind of see bigger orders there. There's 2 news articles that came out. Oh, I really am not a big fan when they throw these out in the market open. Here we go, 525. Let's see if we can see that crack. It is a fun one to watch. I do like what I'm seeing here overall. A little bit nervous on it. It almost makes these perfect kind of U's all the time. And here was that big fake out. We got to break above 5. That's the key zone. 450 as well. Like we talked about 5 and then 550 we discussed earlier. Then we probably have 650. Congrats to anyone in CBLI. Mark, I feel you on that. CBLI is definitely cranking it here. So it's 10:04, guys. It looks like we might have kind of something in the next 30 minutes here making some big progress. I do like that APTX and CBLI kind of held their opens. They did sell off both of them a little bit, but ultimately they kind of held their opens. RWLK is another one right around this 150 zone that is kind of interesting. As long as it holds this area, this could easily pull back to VWAP. ITRM had a good clean run up here. I like that break back above VWAP around 950. Now it looks like it's on the short-term backside of the move. Former runner, probably a lot of back holders. I'd be a little bit careful here. Overall volume's not that big on this one for the day. UXIN, not really too interesting. Acor, wow, all the way down to 1.1, big sell-off. APTX looks like it might reverse from here, and CBLI, it's in the middle of a nice reversal. So CBLI, new high, really sweet move. New high of day on CBLI. A lot of people are going to be looking at this one, guys. This one is officially in charge. Let's see how it goes. We could look at that one a little bit later. IHS. I don't know. I wasn't too interested in it before. Always be looking for key support zones. That's always really, really important. $490. This could be a key zone right here. 440, 450. Small size on a trade is always a good idea if you're not fully comfortable with the setup. Needs to break above that 520. Holding this area though, pretty okay. That's what I like to see. I'm kind of wondering if CBLI is going to break higher here past 520 and then get halted. That's kind of what I think is a possibility with that 6 million float. You just never know. Here we go. It's moving. Whew. Man, this is a sketchy breakout here, man, at 5.3. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be mad on edge on watching this one. Nice, Jonathan. Squeeze a little scalp out of that. There was definitely potential, for sure. I'm watching APTX still on my second screen thinking maybe this is going to be a good setup in the future, but it's not really doing too much. It's a very slow mover at this point. It is kind of making arguably a bull flag on the 1 minute, and it's breaking out from it right now at 570. Yeah, CBLI is making me freak out. We'll give it another 21 minutes or so here till 10:30, and then we'll talk about some swing trades, any other tickers you guys are interested in. And don't forget, guys, if you're totally new here, consider subscribing. We come out with a recap video at the end of every trading day to review the biggest lessons, review the trades, and review some swing trades as well. And yeah, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list and then trade the market open. Would love to have you join the community. Oh, just watching APTX. It's been growing really, really nicely and just good fun. So much to learn always. So yeah, definitely think about joining, and let's get back to it. I'm constantly getting distracted with the APTX. I thought it was going to have a little continuation here, but it looks like it was just like, nah. But 5.5 is definitely holding right now. Volume has really fallen off a cliff here. This could be a good accumulation zone if you're into holding tickers a little bit longer. It's not really my way to trade small caps, but sometimes I really do think about it. And, 5.5 right now is a base. The problem is if 5.5 cracks, who knows where the next bottom is going to be. CBLI with that wicked flush here. This is why I wasn't trading CBLI, sorry about that. I don't know, I felt like it was a very unreliable ticker somehow. Awesome to hear, James, man. Thanks for that feedback. I wish there was a little bit more action here today. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys are slaying it, but for me personally, it's not my kind of setups. We did, you know, here in this area, I was really, really reluctant. I would have liked to maybe trade this first setup, but in this area, I was not feeling this one, so I let it slide. CBLI possibly dipping again. You can sometimes identify the tickers, Gary, with the after-hours scanner, seeing what's gapping already. So that's usually what I'm doing. I'm scanning for movers. 20% pullback in the past. I have a whole video on our scanners in the video description below. But there's many free scanners as well out there, and actually TD Ameritrade is also a free scanner that we use. That's the best part. Everything we're doing here, you can get started for free. But you're definitely going to probably pay in, what do we call it, tuition costs, in terms of red trades are tuition, right? CBLI, man, I was constantly thinking, you know, maybe a quick dip on this, but it's hard to get a good read on this one. Maybe it's because I'm not paying attention as close as I should. Markets are up almost all 1% here. That's actually quite a strong bounce overall in the markets. I was not expecting such a strong bounce. Yeah, HYLN, we're down actually 182 bucks on this one. Right now it's at 24.13. Our average is almost at $26. I was getting ready to average down on this one again, so we have a smaller position size on HYLN, so I would like to probably do a secondary trade on this ticker. I have another 100 shares pretty much ready to go on HYLN. LMND, nice move to the upside. We'll talk a little bit more about swing trades in a little bit. Right now, I'm still kind of watching these tickers. It's all free except the $25,000 account. Yeah, Ben, that's true. But hey, that's still your money. Yeah, AMC trade alone increased my tuition by 800 bucks in one day. Oh. Oh. Tuition's keeping up with inflation, I guess. Will I enter CBLI again? Mohammed's wondering. I do not know. It's really hard to say. Ultimately, we're not trying to predict anything. We're just looking for good risk-reward setups, right? So once I see a good setup, if it's still in my time frame, I'll go ahead and trade it. If not, then no. So it's not really something I can fully predict. Based on what we are seeing on CBLI, I kind of feel like it's a no. I've only had one trade since the market opened. I did almost all of my trading today pre-market, which wasn't very good trading. So I think I could have had just as much, at this point, you could pretty much say luck at the market open. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I should have been a bit more aggressive. I don't know. Hard to say. I'm not trying to answer that, Mo. You got $120 profit. Should I enter again? Like average up? So it's hard to say. Ultimately, it's always your decision, right? When you pre-market trade, it sucks for us. Well, boy, that's why you gotta pre-market trade as well. Michael says go for it. I feel you, Mark. I definitely feel you on that, man. Congrats too. 670. That's a clean profit. APTX, guys, it's really trying, you know. Key zone on APTX. Oh, boom. Literally as I'm talking, it breaks higher. So a key zone was at kind of 579. Just broke above that. Quick little pullback here. Let's see where this one goes. Looking really strong. $10.16 right now. Small entry. On APTX at 580. Didn't hold. Closed again, broke even. 580 was my entry, 580 was my exit. A lot of selling on that one. Not sure if I want to try that again. Possible move though, breaking out. Yeah, 540. Guess I was just, yeah, I mean, that was a good setup there. Could have walked away with 100, but that's just how it goes. Today's one of those days where you really just want to be taking base hits, I feel like. Yeah, look at that flush. It's ridiculous. It's just like, it's not a clean day. That's what I was worried about. That's why I closed right where I got in. Got in at 580, sold at 580. Actually, I got in at 5.7997. Wow, that's going to really... Those aren't fun because that really hurts your ratios a little bit. Oh, well. Not that that's important. Come on. Man, I would love for a ticker just to like be ripping to the upside and really be jumping on something, but hey, every time we have a slower morning like this, oftentimes later in the day, even starting around noon or power hour, you know, from 3 to 4, right before the market closes, the last hour before the market closes, we'll have really good action. Unfortunately, I'm usually not online in the afternoon, but on a day like today, I would be totally not surprised if we had some phenomenal action later in the day today, maybe even while we're doing the recap video. Check out APTX, guys. This is why you cut your losses quickly. If we held on to APTX, even just for another 3 minutes, we'd be down 6%. On a $5,000 position size like we had, that would have been a $300 plus loss. Just like that, we would have been right on the day. So, we're not hoping, we're not trying to predict anything. We're just trying to take good risk reward. APTX, I was looking for that continuation. I was buying the 1 minute pullback. Continuation was weak, so I sold. So pretty much a failed breakout right there. Can we get another stock that jumps 100% off no news? Probably, David. Probably. Evergreen, MBOT calling out. Oh, CBLI, guys. Popping back up. A little bit above fee 9 EMA. I'd be a little bit careful there. MBOT doesn't have any volume today. This is insane how little volume this one has. I would not be touching this one. DKNG. I might even start looking at swing trades already. I don't know. DKNG, this is exactly why, if you guys were here already pre-market, this is why I sold at 43. To me, there was huge resistance there. We were talking about it a little bit. I would like to re-enter DKNG for our swing trade. Let's see what we can get on it. Big support between 41, 40, and kind of like 42. So anything in that zone, I would like to start accumulating DKNG. This was a really, really fun swing trade in the past, and I would like to do it again. You can see here we had a trade. We had an entry at 41 and we sold at 52.57. So this was a pretty sweet trade. Yeah. So big support in this area. This is when a lot of news came out. A few days before this was the Michael Jordan joining the board. Then they had a bunch of contracts, and then I think it was a momentum play where people were just trading this one like crazy. So pretty much now we're back at the start of that momentum. So I think, it's a good time to kind of accumulate in these areas, looking for a short-term bounce. I don't know how strong the bounce is going to be, but to me, if I entered right here, I'd be risking about 5%, which is okay, because I think, we could probably get out on a quicker, and then, you have a 12% upside. So I don't know. Maybe like 1 to 2 at best, 1 to 3 risk reward on DKNG. So I think DKNG could be a good swing trade from here. So that's why I'm looking at it. Would like to see it pull back a little bit more though. Yeah, well, boys, there's a bunch of good opportunities. No problem, JWad. I'll see you next time, man. Hope you wrapped up nicely. For Reezer, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. Check out the video description below for a bunch of more information on our live trading. Right below this video. CBLI, yeah, look at that dip, huh? Ugh. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna how much coffee do I have left? I'm gonna have a sip of coffee, maybe do a restroom break like a real man, and then we'll talk about some swing trades here. Oh yeah, definitely gotta get some warm coffee. Be right back. Yeah, did I wash my hands? No, of course, of course. Dude, honestly, with Hertz, I'm still thinking about. I'm still thinking about the time in Hertz when it was just exploding in every direction. Up 100%, down 100%, up 200%, getting halted like crazy. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to go back into that roller coaster again. Had a pretty sweet red to green move here. Wasn't able to break over the shoulder here though. That was the big problem. So the open shoulder around 230 was a massive point. That was a massive point of resistance. I just read your comment. Man, is anyone else as tired as I am today? I think this is like, I usually don't drink coffee and I trade. But it is what it is. So WWR, if you guys remember, when was this? We were talking about possibly doing a trade on this one at 450. We had a limit order out at 450. So if I just left that limit order, it would have been juicy tamales, honestly. But, the reason we did 450 is because we had a close here and we had a wick almost down here as well. We also had multi-month support and resistance in this area. That was kind of my thesis for 450. Yeah, I could have easily kept on selling off. I just removed it because it just wasn't really a ticker for me. I think I had it open for like 2 days. Somewhere in this area, I placed that limit order. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It wasn't really my kind of trade. But yeah, my nice little moves back to the upside here. I'd be a little careful. Overall on the daily chart, this is very, very light volume we're seeing here. But yeah, it is having some nice momentum. You got to remember when there's not a lot of good tickers moving, people start looking for stuff to trade. And I think WWR is kind of the classic example of that for sure. Calm down, it's playing with fire. FESX, wait, FESX or FRSX? There's a lot of tickers. A lot of tickers going on here. FRSX. Looks like they just came out some news around 10:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for preventing car accident collision between vehicles and pedestrians. Filed a patent. So if you guys want to learn more about the patent, you can obviously click this and see what happens. Although I gotta say, can I just copy the link? I can't have Chrome open because this laptop can't handle two different browsers. It's actually a huge problem. I think when I go back to Florida, I'm gonna have I'm already gonna order my laptop. I don't think this thing can really handle it much longer. So it's a big old problem I'm currently going through. Wow, look at these links. This is crazy. View cart, add to cart. What do you mean view cart? Okay, obviously where you add patents, right? And you throw a patent. Interesting. Very, very weird links, though, to be having on a site like this. Preventing... I gotta say, this sounds very weird. So, collision protection on your mobile device. I mean, we all have a phone on us to some extent, but at the same time, that seems very delayed as opposed to a collision prevention system being built into the car. Something that you hear about with kind of self-driving cars a lot, that they are, much better at handling these kind of situations than humans. Humans fall asleep at the wheel, human error, yada yada. I don't know. I'm obviously no expert in this field, but it does seem a little bit skeptical. But I guess that's the whole point of inventions, right? Because you're inventing something new that hasn't really been thought of before. So maybe it's just something that I haven't really... Yeah, okay, so this is what we were just talking about. 75% of car accidents are caused by human error. It just seems like if you're making an accident or some car around you is making an accident and then your phone texts you or something, it seems a little weird. Maybe your phone's connected to your car and then does something. They're expensive, dedicated. Okay, so they're addressing what we were talking about before. I like these. It's still another object to prevent of the present invention to provide a system for predicting. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, FRSX looks like it came. They filed a patent, a fairly debatable patent at that one, and looks like that's what's kind of moving their stock price up here a little bit. Very, very low volume, but technically it just really started having any sort of volume on the day. So, up 12%, but failing to hold its highs already. I don't know. Not really something I'd be interested in for sure. They're all, yeah. Nice. So we got at least two Florida mans in here. So can you say it like that? Florida mans. I know it's Florida men or men, but Florida mans. Is that a plural? Can you, Florida mans. Nice. Harley, join the party. Nice. Jonathan, dang. Trial and error, that sounds really bad. All right. The Florida man crew is piling together. Wait, the final countdown, oh my God. We got a female in here. That's really funny. Every time I read your name, I was kind of picturing like a really Rambo looking guy. I don't know why, but well, I probably know why because of the song. And pretty much a Rambo in the final countdown. So I feel like I have to change. I have to change so many perceptions at this point. Go Florida, save our country. It looks like it's pretty much like 50% of the chat room is from Florida right now. Okay, it's all coming out. The final countdown is all being put on the table right now. Yeah, Mika, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, how is your phone going to prevent the accident when it's already human error, the accident? Like, that's just... I don't know. I think maybe I got to be overlooking something. Maybe that your phone, it connects to your car. I don't know. That doesn't make sense either. RB's Canadian. Duval. Oh God. You know, I lived in Duval for almost 2 years actually. Almost 2 years. Siri will yell at you like a backseat driver. Backseat drivers are probably the most dangerous things that have ever been let onto the road. All right, guys. We are in Gainesville in the house from Jad. We're getting so off topic here. You know what? Let's to get back on topic here a little bit at least. Let's go through some of the accounts we have limit orders on, or positions that we have. So I'm going to go to the 4 hours, so it's a little bit. Jonathan's from California. UF. That makes sense. I really like that GE is making some nice moves higher. We're actually finally in the plus on GE. I'm super happy. The problem is ADT is taking our GE profits literally right back. So Robert as well. Looks like Robert's getting having some hard time. So everything that we're up on GE, we pretty much gave back on ADT. That's a little bit unfortunate. God, this is why I like day trading so much. Day trading is like you really wrap it up, but I love swing trading as well. It's a nice combination of the two. So yeah, GE's making new highs here, looking really strong, like it. RKT approaching that key $20 zone, guys. I think RKT could be a phenomenal bounce in this zone. I might even do a quick initial trade on RKT, take some profits here on like a 3-4% pop to the upside, and then continue trading it. I'm not sure what kind of pop we're gonna get, but there's such low sell volume here that I would kind of see this one do a little bit of a continuation. So I'm going to put my order right around, let's go into the 60s. Perfect. Okay, so that's RKT. Let's go back to DKNG. I still really would like an entry on DKNG. Harley cut the ADT loss. I might cut it as well. Yeah, Matt. That might be. It's just a weird kind of concept somehow to think about. DKNG, waiting, hoping that we might see a little bit of a bigger pullback here. I'm not sure if we're going to do it. It already bounced again really nicely at 42. My limit order was at 42.17. This bounced at 42 kind of 30 maybe. I don't know, 42.40. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not sure if we're going to get an entry on it, but I'm just going to kind of leave it here and then hope for a secondary sell-off. I wouldn't really say that there's super big amount of volume here on this reversal, so maybe we're going to have a proper crash under 42. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still kind of open on that one. XPEV, Chinese EV company. No trade on this one yet. Still have that limit order below 17. HYLN. So it was a good thing that we waited to average down on this one. This one is a red trade at the moment. I'm looking to buy it back again. I think there's going to be some really big bounce potential around 23.50. We do have a big low here roughly at 20, so you got to keep that in mind. Not sure how much lower this is going to go, but to me, it reminds me a little bit of AMC, where it kind of people were probably expecting it to bounce. It didn't bounce. More bad news came out, and then it sold off even more, and then it had its big reversal, right? So I'm going to kind of hold off here on HYLN just a little bit longer, but I would like to ideally buy this fairly soon, my second entry. I mean, it's falling off a cliff here on very low volume. I don't really see this one going down another 7%, so maybe I will kind of jump into this one pretty soon. I'm down $200 on HYLN right now, so it is what it is. Luckily, we already had one nice little green trade on this one. Unfortunately, it wasn't a full position size, but we were able to wrap up like 300 something bucks on this one, so that was kind of nice. It's definitely one of those patterns that's a bit of a head scratcher. You're like, wait a second, it's like totally contradicting itself a little bit. I don't know, maybe there's way more to it than meets the eye. RXT, rack space. This has been a ticker that I feel like I've been wanting to get on for a long time. We do know we have 17.5 huge support. We've held this area many times in the past, and it hasn't been a big support zone in the past. I'm thinking though, at this point, you know, how many more retests are we gonna have? At one point we might crack 17.5, and then I'd be looking for a secondary entry. Where's AMC on this? Oh, it's because I'm on the unlimited account. Let's actually go to ADT quickly before we go to the next ticker. So ADT, I had a good opportunity to close this position and I actually missed it. So shame on me for that one. We bounced up here again, 2.7%, and then we pulled back again. I do like the fact that the volume here is very light. That makes me a little bit more bullish. But for now, you know, we are kind of holding this one. We are down around my max stop zone, around 11%. It's not an ideal position to be in with ADT. We have another possible floor here at about 750, which we are pretty much kissing at this current point in time. So let's see how much more it goes down. Don't really see anything. Lowers price target to 10. Well, it's actually Morgan Stanley. Lowers price target to 10. Yeah. The good part about this trade is the fact that it's in our Roth IRA account. It's not funds that I need anytime soon, pretty much ever. So what I'm looking for, you know, I'm going to give this one a little bit. At this point, the volume is so low. It could easily pop back above 8 in my eyes. So I'm gonna watch it. But you know, if it keeps selling off, at one point we're gonna have to, you know, cut our losses here. So you don't want to take an unnecessarily big loss for no reason. So, but for now, I'm going to still watch it here. You know, with the AMC trade, when, you know, it came out with a new catalyst, that, you know, bankruptcy, yada, yada, that sometimes you have to reassess your whole trade. But overall, it's looking fine. RKT, RXT, LMND. LMND was a pretty classic setup here. All we did here was buy on the big support, rightfully at 58. And I was looking for a secondary entry on this one. I have yet to take any profits because I was hoping that I would get a quick pullback on this. But for now, it's tough to say. I would have liked to take some profits on this. It would have been nice to just go full size on it right away, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So LMND, let's see how long it keeps going here. I do like the fact, though, that this shoulder here, we even had a fake out at 72. We nicely broke this zone. I think LMND, there's a lot of buyers on this one. It looks like we had a bottom here. I'm totally fine with holding this one a little bit longer, so we'll see what happens. You just never know. I would like to see this thing pop back above the 90 EMA, pop back above 65, and then kind of go from there. This is one of those tickers that I feel kind of comfortable holding for even months. And actually, I would probably prefer to hold this one for a few months, unless we had like a huge move, and then I'd probably take some profits pretty quickly. KCAC, Kensington Cap Acquisition. This is the QuantumScape company. A little bit slow in this area for sure, but it's not selling off anymore. I feel like KCAC found a little bit of a bottom here, so that makes me kind of excited. CBLI, you guys are saying it's popping. Yeah, back at 4. That's actually a pretty nice move on CBLI. I'm kind of done for the day on trading, but I can't really argue the fact that this thing, you know, it's trying here. Oh, whoops. There it is. It's trying so hard, but it's not really for me anymore. Yeah, so for me, KCAC looks like it really found its bottom. I really like what I'm seeing right now. It's obviously a bit of a slow mover, but yeah, this one is looking pretty good. I'm happy that we took profits, and I'm happy that we were able to buy back again. I like how this one's kind of performing overall. HCHE, man, this one is slowy, huh? We had a nice pop here. I was thinking about taking profits at 4%. The reason I didn't is because this was actually in my Roth IRA account, which means I would have to wait 48 hours because it's a cash account to buy back. And I felt like that was not enough time. But, you know, if we go to the daily chart, you know, definitely would have been enough time. We had ample time. So, you know, one pullback here and then pretty much buying here. Again, for that secondary move. I would like to see a bigger move on HCHC back above the 9 EMA here. But right now, got to watch out. This is technically a very bearish sign when the short-term moving average crosses the long-term moving average. So not something I'm super stoked about, but it hasn't been that big of a sell-off in terms of in this area. You know, we're just at a former low. I could easily see this thing popping back above 11. Volume's fairly light, so I think it's worth holding on here. If anything, it could be a good, you know, be good to do a refresher video on HCHC even, but yeah, I kind of like it. Express, I think I actually might close this limit order here. I was hoping we would get a secondary entry on Express. That was kind of my goal since the beginning. We did 2 trades on this one. We bought the pullback here. We sold on here on the potential breakout. We bought again here on this dip, and then we sold here near the shoulder right here, right? And then I was looking for another flash pullback or something and look for a continuation, but I'm not sure if we're going to see that one. I'm just going to remove Express for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it again. Jets, yeah. Well, Jets, airline ETF that we have yet to really get a fill on. DPHC down 11% today. That's ferocious. Look at that. RIOT 6% today. I was very, very bearish on this company, and I still am very, very bearish. But the current move in Bitcoin is definitely a big catalyst for this ticker. Daryl says, I've been on KCAC since 2150, just waiting to get my cash back. I feel you, man. Ooh, we're at 100 plus likes. You. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. I really, really do appreciate it. We don't hit over 100 likes all the time, so that's pretty awesome. Nice little milestone right there. I think that's a big testament to the community we have here. It's just an awesome place. Nice. Armenio says lots of potentials. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Just, I'm not really sold on anything, but actually right now is a good time to kind of accumulate. Every time it's kind of boring, not super interesting, a lot of selling off. That's really where you want to be accumulating, because, you know, all it takes is one good article on these tickers that we actually really like, and they explode. Just like with AMC, you know. We knew that the movie theaters were going to open again eventually, and boom, articles come out, movie theaters may be opening in December, yada, yada, boom, AMC goes through the roof. That's what I was waiting for, but I was stopped out of that trade, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. APTX trying so hard. It's back above the 9 EMA, but 5.5 is such big resistance now that I don't think I would be trading it. Look how happy it makes them. I feel like a little puppy, and you guys are just throwing treats at me. I don't know how I feel about that. It's New York, not including New York City. Yeah, Harley, valid point. But that also shows you how much it's sold off. It doesn't even take good news to move these companies because they're sold off so much. So any kind of ridiculous or rotten news, like a collision prevention app, I don't know, it could be a really good catalyst. We'll move a company because sometimes there's only backholders left. There's only people that are pretty much just going to go down with the ship. So all it takes is just a little bit of a catalyst to move it upwards. How the Calm Down's wondering how everyone's in Florida. Honestly, Tan, Amazon, Tesla, and Apple, those are all tickers that I just buy on dips and put in my investment portfolio. I'm not the biggest fan of swing trading them because you just don't get the moves of typical mid caps. I really like swing trading mid caps. And then, large caps is more of an investment for me, or something that, a company I really, really like. Because if this company goes up 1,000% in like 2-3 years, I'm going to be like, oh, I wish I just bought it and held. I really like the company. Why didn't I do that? Or else I'm just stressing myself out, for 5-10%. But everyone's strategy is different. Just because I do something does not even remotely mean it's right. Arminio up in Portugal. Man, Portugal was such a good time. I really, really enjoyed my month in Portugal, in Peniche. I really like Porto as well. Porto was beautiful. But yeah, that was a good fun, good time. Oh yeah, that's true, Tan. So it's earnings seasons right now, which means right now it's just crazy amount of earnings constantly coming out, and got to be careful because you don't want to be. I personally don't like holding stocks into earnings. So TD Ameritrade actually has a earnings calendar. Sometimes kind of fun to look at. So a lot of earnings always come out pre-market or after the market. I'll let you know, Arminio. I'll let you know. Oh, that's where you live in Porto. Yeah, good fun there. Do you know in Porto, I don't know if you saw my recap video, but there's a, in, what month was that? The September recap video starts off with footage of a seagull, a really fat seagull. And that seagull was at the bar at the top of the cables, the cable thing that goes pretty much from the bottom of the city to the top, pretty much by the Kloster, the monastery. I think it was a monastery. That was good fun. What's the name? Steven Seagal? Calm down with the jokes. Is anyone long? What ticker was that? I gotta remember. JKS. I was looking at JKS. I was gonna make a video about Jinko Solar this morning, and then I was doing a bunch of research on this ticker, and I felt like something was missing on the video in terms of like, I got to do more research. I feel like I haven't cracked this ticker yet. So I didn't make a video this morning on JKS. I don't know if I'm going to make it tomorrow or not. I might spend some more time looking into this company. It really depends how much time I have in the morning. But this has been such a strong move. 330% move, absolutely insane. This is one of the biggest solar manufacturing companies. It's a Chinese company actually, but they have worldwide what's the word I'm looking for? Distribution? They're located all over the world. I guess that's a simple way to say it. Marked for a kill. Wait 1 second. If anyone wants to see a really fluffy seagull, just go to the videos, scroll down a little bit, This thing is ridiculous. Wait, where's it hiding? Hold on. Ah, there it is. Fluffy profits like Mr. Siegel. Check out this thing. It's from a week ago. Swing trading for dummies, September 2020, day / swing trading recap. This is the video. It's like a very, very short intro. Gotcha. Yeah, so with JKS, I don't know, it's just not a ticker I feel like comfortable chasing in these zones. I mean, this is a huge run up. Yeah, I don't know. I would just be very, very nervous on this one. What I find impressive is it's very rare that we see a ticker that has consistent green days. It's actually insane how consistent these green days are. I think that was 18 green candles in a row. That's really something you don't see all the time. Diego, sorry to hear, man. What was the biggest mistake though today? What was the one thing that you would change? Never sell, that's my problem. Yeah, so cutting losses is really, really important. Honestly, Ray selling at 41 was probably the right idea. I mean, the fact that this thing went to 81 is pretty ridiculous in my eyes. That's a really strong move. WEI was called out before I wanted to look at it. Yeah, nice move there on WEI. Big first green day on WEI. Yeah, this is one of those kind of no volume tickers, but on the daily chart it looked actually kind of interesting. Not a move for me though. Yeah, now that I look at it, daily chart is only at 4 million volume. So I usually only be able to trade a ticker when it's over 10 million in dollar volume. CBLI, let's go back to this one. It's trying multiple times to crack this VWAP zone, but it looks like that last attempt to crack VWAP was a failed breakout. I'd be careful. It's not for me. It could be dead. I'm not sure. CLSK. Still selling off. Like I was saying before, between $7 and $8, I would probably consider trading this one again. I would like to do some research on CLSK. I would like to look into this one again. I haven't looked into it now for, I don't know, pretty much 3 weeks, I would probably argue. So I would like to see what this one's been up to. We had that offering at $9, right? That was one thing to worry about. Yeah, $9. But it looks like they're securing some contracts as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'd be a little bit nervous with that offering news. I'm never a big fan of offerings, so just watch out with that. Yeah, it makes a ticker like this very, very hard to hold long term because they're just throwing dilution at the ticker. They don't care about investors. Diego says got in too late. Yeah, Harley, that's super true. Always focus on percentages. That's a really, really good point. That's really the most important thing. Brent says, I have bad memories from a past trade. Actually, I feel like I didn't have too many. I had a lot of missed opportunities on CLSK. But the reason I'm a little bit nervous with this company, and I do like the catalyst on the news coming out, the long-term chart on this one is really, really nasty. And then they're going to do another offering, so that's a lot of dilution in this ticker. And that's really what's bothering me more than anything on CLSK. But yeah, I mean, it could be a turnaround. Who knows? Thanks for Molly. 121 likes. Dang. We're hitting some records today. I'm actually not sure what our record is, but hey, that's pretty awesome. Appreciate it, guys. PPSI. CLSK, I definitely want to do another coverage on this one for sure. I'm not sure when I'll do it, but I think there's going to be some good setups coming up. Now look at PPSI, a little bit of a huge dead cat bounce. Watch out, guys. This is very light volume here. 66% could be a squeeze. No catalyst. Just watch out. Approaching bigger resistance as well. But hey, right now, you know, it's big, strong upwards trend. Big pullback here. Nice continuation. Still an upwards trend, so it could be good buys on any sort of dips. Watch around 450 for some bigger resistance, but interesting point. Good luck, Ramoli, on CBLI. Don't overtrade it, and remember, always be focused on those clean setups. It's coming back a little bit though, CBLI, huh? But yeah, I'm still worried about this VWAP zone. We weren't able to break above it. We tried several times, and now we're going to start testing the lows because we just tested the highs 3 times. Now it's time to test the lows. So this one's about to go into a downward trend, I think. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. You know, I thought we were going to have a little bit more trading, but nah, I don't know. Swing trades are all down, cumulatively down $300. And then let's go here to the unlimited account where we have most of our day trading. Looks like HYLN is really kind of making our account take a bigger dip right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would love to average down this one. Maybe I'm going to do it a little bit sooner. 23, 22. We're kind of really getting into that territory where I was looking to average down. Yeah, so our biggest winner today is really CBLI and then APTX right afterwards. DKNG closing a possible swing trade that I decided to just turn into a day trade. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're ending the day here pretty decently. Surprisingly, actually, I gotta say. Almost $300, like $280, give or take. So nice little green day here. Really had to kind of manage our risk, I feel like today. So I feel pretty good about today because I wasn't really liking the opportunity. Yeah, SPY just took a nasty little dip, huh? Everything's just sold off. If you guys want to post screenshots or any links, definitely use the Discord. Sorry to hear. Final countdown. Really, really sorry, man or lady. Those days are never fun. But how do I want to, you know, what's an acceptable amount of risk for me to handle? And that's where I do. For me, if I'm down 10% of my average position size, which right now is about like $3.5 thousand. So if I'm down $350 at the moment, I call it the day because that's still tolerable. I know I can make 10% on my average position size, so I could make back all my losses of the previous day the next day. So that's, you know, not digging myself out of a hole too much. But yeah, more than that, that's when things become a little bit really hectic. Good question, Brent. Lance. I guess that's kind of good. All right, guys, I will see you then in the recap video. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning, like always. And till then, guys, stay safe, make some awesome trades, don't overtrade. Keep it calm, simple, and I'm really wondering, am I going to be in HYLN another trade? Maybe in the recap video, you guys will see me in HYLN average down. Who knows? We'll see what happens. See ya.